Do you know what time of the day, every day, your self limiting voice and your negative self talk is most active? I do, because yesterday I just audited myself and figured out that between the times of 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., my bitch voice is the noisiest. What's up? It's Rob Cressy. And as I'm going through my 75 hard journey, one of the things that I'm hyper aware of is anything that does not serve me. Because by design, I am doing a program that's designed to turn me into the best version of myself. So anything that is not in alignment with that, ding, 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 the light bulb goes off for me. And we all have an ever-present negative self-talk that pops up every single day. And for me, the first obstacle that I had to overcome in doing this journey was the self-limiting voice first thing in the morning when the alarm would go off at 4:57 a.m. that would say, you know what, Rob, let's sleep in a little bit longer. And I had to overcome that. And the light bulb moment for me was when I realized at 7 a.m., when I was done with my workout and I was home, I didn't feel the same way about my self-limiting voice as I did then. That I actually had my boss voice and the champion voice for me. I was feeling great. I was thankful that I had woken up early. And eventually the light bulb went off for me where I said, oh, I don't have to trust my voice that is telling me not to do something first thing in the morning because it is not trustworthy. Because I have proof at 7 a.m. I don't feel the same way. So it's like 4:57 a.m., self-limiting voice, very noisy. 7 a.m., powerful voice. Therefore, let's give ownership to the powerful voice. So it took me probably 30 days of being on 75 hard before I actually got that. So the next thing that was on my mind is I started to notice within the first hour of me being up, since my mind is just waking up and it's fresh, and yes, I'm drinking a cup of coffee and I'm reading a personal growth book. So I'm actually doing the positive habits and I'm already doing my gratitude and I'm saying today's going to be a great day. So I'm doing all of the things that I preach and teach on a daily basis for how to start your day in the best way possible. But that doesn't mean that my negative self-talk wouldn't pop up in the middle of me reading a good personal development book. And there it is. Now I can feel the anxiety in my body and in my stomach. Now my mind's starting to drift away. And I was like, what is up with this? This is dumb. This is not the best version of myself right now. So how can I create a lens of the world where I don't give this power? And yesterday I'm sitting there and I realized, I was like, wait a second. When is this voice most active for me? Like, let's get hyper aware of this. And I was like, well, it really happens 2 times a day. First thing in the morning, and then at the end of the day between 4 and 5 p.m. when I've been up for 12 hours as a highly productive, high performer, business owner, entrepreneur, dad, coach, everything in between. So my energy is going down, and we all know that there is a half-life for your energy and your being. So boom, that's starting to go down now. And oftentimes when your action slows down or you're not in the flow of something, now your mind can wander and that self-limiting voice can start to be a little bit louder. And if it's grabbing onto something that's highly emotional for you, now all of a sudden it starts looping in your head. And now this is the story that we're telling ourselves. And if this story is one that is ever present with you every single day, well, now, Houston, we have a problem. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want this to be a part of who I am. So in auditing the specific times in which my self-talk is the worst, I quickly realized once again that I know when not to listen to my self-talk. So my negative self-talk becomes a trigger for doing something that will re-anchor me in the positive side of who I am. And this is an inch in the name of self-mastery. And I've already shared a lot about the creation of overcoming your negative self-talk, but I'm living this in a real world experience going through 75 hard. So like everybody else, I have negative self-talk on a daily basis, and I'm so committed to showing up as the best and most ideal version of myself every single day that I want to and I get to create a lens of the world that says, all right, what am I going to do to create myself in a more powerful way where I can literally drop this off the table? And this doesn't mean that I'm no longer going to have negative self-talk. What we're doing here is shrinking the dispersion for how long that negative self-talk stays with us. Because for a lot of people, that negative self-talk and that anxiety and that gut that they feel can be ever present. It can be there for a year or a month or a week or a day or an hour. So how about we chop the head off of that thing and say, all right, I'm aware of when this is going to happen. Very similar to B Rabbit in 8 Mile, where he knows what Papa Doc is going to say to him. All of the things about how he grew up in a trailer park and all of that. And boom, he uses that to his advantage. And this is a superpower when you can actually utilize your own negative self-talk as an advantage for yourself because you know it's about to happen more than likely at specific times. If it doesn't happen between 5 and 6 a.m. and 4 to 5 p.m., cool, we're all good. But if and when it does come up, you say, oh, I knew you were about to come here. And I've already created an agreement with myself that says during this time, if negative self-talk pops in, I'm not listening to it. Then the next level of this would become you create a trigger that says, all right, well, what is the thing that I'm going to do to anchor myself in the champion voice for myself? So for me, what I've been doing is going back and rereading my notes from the coaching programs that I'm a part of. So whether it is Arte with Ed Milet and Andy Frisella, or Apex with Ryan Stewman, or the coaching programs I've done with John Patrick Morgan, whatever it is, or my old book notes, all of them. I'm just looking for a more powerful story that I can latch on to and say, no, you know what? This is actually my truth. And I want to share this with you because as we speak, I'm on day 48 of 75 hard. And this is turning into a major epiphany in my life. And I'm going to be doing a lot more content on the epiphanies that have been created in my life, the light bulb moments that have drastically changed the lens for how I see the world, because I truly want to help you on your journey. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing 75 hard is because I'm the opposite of perfect, because my negative self-talk pops up every single day. And this is coming from someone whose core value is radiate positivity. So I'm about that good vibes life, but it doesn't mean that I'm immune to fear, judgment, self-limiting beliefs, obstacles, challenges, and adversity. And that's why I do programs to prepare for what's difficult when it's easy, to make myself better. So I would love to hear from you. If you're someone who is challenged by your negative self-talk and you say, you know what, Rob, I'm ready to become a master creator and master myself and master that self-talk, hit me up on social media at Rob Cressy and let's talk about how I can help you. I've got a ton of programs designed to take leaders and help you step into that powerful version of yourself.